Welcome back. My name is James Gillan. I'm the creator of Offbeat Cinema, and usually I leave these kind of interviews to the beatniks in the coffee house, but tonight I made an exception because we have a very special guest here, a wonderful person who has some great history and some great exhibits going on, May Pang, and I'd like to welcome her. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Well, as we were talking earlier, Offbeat Cinema is about movies, and it's beatniks in a coffee house, drinking too much coffee and staying up all night and showing each other all these great films.
I mean, I love black and white films.
And that's a lot of our films are black and white.
One of the oldest ones, and I tell that to everyone. Someone else turned me on to Each His Own.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yes.
It's such a tearjerker.
It is. Well, you like the tearjerker.
Oh yes,
you do.
I do. The clock. That was another one.
So, even your the Lost Weekend, your exhibit, Ray Milland. Ray Milland and the Lost Weekend. So a great one there. Some of the, we show, like we say, with the good, the bad, and the foreign. So we'll show the best movies. We'll show Fellini, and we'll show, Orson Welles films.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. John and I went to a movie because he said, "Oh, I'm a Sean Connery fan," and this kid, he was, manning the door at the theater, said, "Oh, it's John." He goes, "Come on in. You can come in for free." He said, "Oh, great."
You're John Lennon. You're free.
Yeah, come on in. So we went to see this movie, and it was Zardos.
Oh, wow. We
went to see it.
Yeah.
And we couldn't wait to leave.
That's where Sean Connery was wearing that red thong through the whole movie. Remember with the
Well, it was just so weird.
Yeah.
That we came out and all I remember was John saying, "I'm so glad we didn't pay for this movie."
Right. Yeah.
One of our favorite movies that we went to see was The Way We Were.
Great film. Yeah.
But here's another one. Not many people know. I was a big fan of Bruce Lee.
Yep.
So I saw Into the Dragon. Yeah. So I was telling him about it, and John said, "Kung Fu movie, please, So I said, come see it with me. And I've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
Well, he loved it so much. We went back and started taking other friends to see the movie.
Yeah.
One of my other friends said, "Don't you remember when we took Dylan and everybody else down to see it?" I said, "We did." I mean, this was the type of movie that
we just keep bringing people.
Just bringing people.
It's a classic film, and we show a lot of Kung Fu on Offbeat Cinema because it's got a huge following.
Well, I used to watch all those Chinese grade D movies.
Yeah.
I don't even say grade B; it was grade D. But they were fabulous,
and they have their own charm. You know that you can't make those movies. Like if you tried to make it in America, that movie, you couldn't come close.
And especially when they used the wired and all the jumping. They didn't. The Americans didn't use this until much later on.
Well, they have their own world. They just really do.
League of their own. On that one.
John Lennon mentioned one time, I read it and I thought it really stuck with me because it's also my favorite movie. He had this quote and he said that 2001: A Space Odyssey should be played all day and all night in every major city. There should be like a cathedral playing 2001: A Space Odyssey all day and all night. And that is the way I feel about that movie. It is it was my favorite movie for the past 30 years, and it never leaves that stature. And he had that same reverence for that. It was like,
it was an amazing movie.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
And it gets better with time.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite movie? Like, what's a favorite movie of yours?
Well, I have many, but right now I'm on a Keanu Reeves kick.
Okay.
I love this guy. My favorite is The Lake House.
A romantic with Keanu Reeves, right?
It's The Matrix was great.
Oh yeah,
I'm not saying that was. I like that, but The Lake House really spoke to me, and I watched it so often that my daughter used to laugh at me.
Right.
But I still love it. I would love to meet this guy one day.
Well, we actually met him on Offbeat Cinema, and sometimes you're disappointed when you meet people you really like. And I was such a Matrix fan, I thought, let's see what happens. And he was in a band, and he was the most gracious. He was let's he was great, and I was glad that he was not any different than that.
Oh, I know that feeling because. Even though people come up to me, but I go out to see other, and I go, I wish I didn't meet him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
like to
I know
move
you don't
on.
want it to be ruined, you know.
Yeah.
And I know, and he.
There's been a
everything.
few in my life, and I've seen it.
I
and
think
I
in
go,
everybody's, you know, you get to those things and it's like, yeah, I wish I hadn't done that. I had this great vision and now it's kind of ruined.
yeah, and when they're not gracious about something, you
Right,
just so
right.
all I am saying is hello. You
Well,
know?
you've been very gracious, and I'm so glad to get a chance to talk to you tonight.
Oh, I'm glad
And,
I could do it.
There is a great, Maypang has a great exhibit right now. It's a photo exhibit. And
Traveling the country.
It is traveling the country. So a lot of the markets that Offbeat Cinema is in, it will be showing up, and I really suggest you go see it. You will see some photos of a wonderful time in history, the mid-'70s, and a great period of time with you and John Lennon where
They should also watch the movie that I have.
absolutely the movie, which is called The Lost Weekend.
The Lost Weekend, a love story.
The
just so
Lost
you
Weekend,
know.
a love story,
And it's streaming.
It is streaming. I was going to mention that it is streaming, and these are really great things to check out. You won't be disappointed, and I thank Meg Pang for being with us. And please check out her exhibit, her photo exhibit, and her movie. You will not be disappointed. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.